Yep, I am live, and YouTube should also know I am live. And today is 27th of June 2025, Friday, and the time is 11:50, and that is cool. And we will just begin solving competitive programming questions. Let me also create another terminal for this. Tmux attach TCP, and this is in the right folder. Yep. Here, and way down here, level 1000. Error merging, we did this but unable to did this. Error merging, yeah, I tried this 2 times but time limit exceeded. Yeah, so we'll just move on to the next one. Yeah, let's denote fx function. And yes, today I did some studying about hashing, about maps and unordered maps in C and how they are stored under the hood. They they are like at core. Dictionaries are just arrays. Dictionaries are just arrays. That is what they are at core. Just arrays, but not just arrays. A dictionary is an array, but not just an array. There are other things which help that array deal with stuff like collision and yeah, collision and other things. Now, for this, let's denote fx function for a string s as the number of distinct characters that the string contains. Okay, for example, this is 3, this is 1, and this should be 3. Okay. Given a string s, split it into two non-empty strings a and b such that fa plus fb is the maximum possible. Okay. Okay, in other words, find the maximum possible value of fb so that a plus b is x concatenation of a and b is equal to the string s at some point. Okay, makes sense. Input t and n. First is an integer n, the length of the string. At minimum 2 and at max it is equal to 2 into 10 power 5. Okay, and then output the maximum possible fa plus fp. Okay, not this boilerplate. Then int n, I can take it, doesn't matter. And then string s. Now what is going to be my algorithm? N is 10 power 5, 2 into n 10 power 5 maximum. Okay, maximum time is 2 seconds. I can loop at about, okay, n is 2 power 5, so it can go up to n power n square. Complexity can go up to n square. That is the maximum that I'm allowed to have. So I have to find a point. Okay, so my goal would be to mm, split the array in such a way so that a and b share maximum copies of a number. Like here the answer would be 2, yes, and here abc, and then d, the answer would be 7 and it is 7. Here the answer would be 2, 2, and here p is only once, so doesn't matter. A is only once, doesn't matter. I is only once, doesn't matter. U, okay, the characters that are appearing only once, they don't actually matter, but the characters who are appearing more than once, I should try to get as many of them in both the arrays, as many as I can in both the arrays. So here I can simplify this string since they are only small letters, I guess, distinct characters in the string. And okay, lowercase English letters. So yeah, I can store them in an unordered map, an ordered map from char to int. Uh, it will be called a map, and for auto c and size. Can I give a size? 26. Okay, that is good. For size, I don't think this will work. Size. Okay, now I want to get a bit theo it is not theoretical, it is just implementation, and without implementation how this thing works. So now when giving a size to an unordered map in C++, does it initialize the array corresponding to the hash function, which ultimately stores the data of the given size? It is a good acceptable question. Short answer, no. Giving a size to an unordered map in C++, size m, does not initialize a backing array of the exact size to store the data. Instead, it sets the initial number of buckets, not the number of elements it can store. Let's dig into what that actually means. Understanding unordered map internals. An unordered map is typically implemented as a hash node, hash table with chaining. Hash table with chaining. Okay, makes sense. Internally, it maintains a vector, an array of buckets. Okay, it is called buckets, and each bucket holds an element or a list of elements. The hash function is applied to the key and the result modulo. The key and the result modulo. Hash function is applied to the key, and the result modulo of the number of buckets determines which bucket to place the key value in pair n. Okay, what does this do? Okay, it initializes n buckets. Makes sense when you say 100, sets the initial number of count of buckets to 100. That is good. The actual number of buckets may be more than 100 depending on the implementation, because standard library often rounds up to the next prime number. Anyway, that is cool, and that does make sense. So I will not use this. I will just create an integer array in a map of size 26. And how can I initialize them? 0, 0. Yep, I guess that works. And now for auto cns and map c minus a plus plus. Okay, and plus plus. Okay, this is to get the count, and after getting the count, if there are if I encounter a character and go there, yep, makes sense. Get the furthest most entries of the numbers n. Okay, and then I will go from the left and then I will go from the right. Okay, that I think makes sense. And getting the furthest most entries from the left and from the right of the numbers who are appearing more than once. I will try. Yes, and I will try to find. I will try to find the if there is a place if there is a place where it is best to have them. Okay, I think it's after doing this, I have to see I have to make a list of the numbers who are appearing more than once and having their exact count. I don't think it's going to work. Hmm. Okay, now I'll go from the left and from the right. Right. Okay. So for that, I'll need a an array of pairs. Pairs and it will just pi index 26 initially. Will this work? 0 comma 0 or okay, that does work. After that, I need to go from left to right, and then I will go from right to left and see. Repeat li 0 till 26 less than 26. What I have to do is see the current s. Now, shit, I have to go through the array. Right. For auto ps, I have to see if map bracket c minus a greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, it has to be greater than 1, and index of the same thing dot first if it is 0. So not index comma first. Then index c minus a equals to 1. No, no. So not first equals shit. I need the index. I need the index. I need the index. So this is not the way to go. I repeat, I less than 0 and s dot n is rule and add undeclared REPL. Repeat, that's an I change this with SI, this with SI, and this with SI, and this with I. I will have its first index of the numbers which are appearing more than once, of the characters which are appearing more than once. Then I equals n minus 1 comma while I less than equal to 0, I minus minus, I see my mistake, replace this with this. Now if map si if i's characters map is greater than 1 and not index s I minus s, it should there has to be a minus a there also, minus a dot second, then index s I minus a dot second equals I. Okay, now I have their left index and their right index for all of them, which do need to have something. Okay, which are appearing twice, and also let me keep int the max left initially 0 and int max from the right is initially equal to n minus 1, and max left equals maximum of max left comma I. Hey, no, it is max left equals I. And here also the same thing. This will go there, right, and max from the right, max we're stopping. Now I will have a few conditions. Total number of distinct so 90. Let me, after this I need to see how many letters are appearing. Yeah, and count equals 0. And shit, not here, not here, not here, not here. Here, distinct. I can make a loop, repeat, rep, repeat less than 26. And if s, if map I, if it does have some value, then count plus plus. Now in the count I have the total number of f of s is what I have in the count. Hello brother, ethics. Shit, this is going here. Alright. Now a nice little cat here, like this. Si minus a, going from the right, going from the left, and if max right is greater than or even equal to max left, it will not be equal to, no, if max right greater than max left, then we are cool. Then count plus equal, yes, sure. Okay, and twice equal 0. And if this is the case, then my own, and then twice plus plus. Okay, that makes sense. Plus twice. Else, else we will have to see. Else we will have to see. Else we will have to see. Mm-hmm. Yep. If it is else, then I know the max left and I know the max right. So I have to choose some number between max left and max right. Right. Mhm. Same, the same thing. Max left and max right. From the right, this is the maximum, and from the left, that is the maximum for the numbers that are appearing twice. Okay, and there is an overlap, and I need to make an intelligent decision in the middle. Wait, it should not overlap. Yeah. It fucking can overlap. It can overlap. It can overlap. If that is the case, when it is overlapping, then I need to find a sweet spot. How would I do that? Mm-hmm. The maximum, the minimum would be like, of course, count, and the maximum would be count plus twice. And the correct answer would be pre count and count plus twice. The numbers that are appearing twice. So some numbers will appear twice, while others won't appear twice. And the numbers that are apart maximally will be pretty good candidates for choosing. The numbers that are appearing close to each other won't be pretty good. So array tells me where this number appears on the left and where this number appears on the right. Not number, where this character appears on the left and where on the right. And I am looking for the best one, for the best one, for the best one, for the best one. Where the distance is pretty great. Hmm. I can store ranges, yes, ranges, and find the place where the maximum are overlapping. Hmm. That does make sense. Where the maximum are overlapping. Yes, there will be ranges, and I can see where the maximum are overlapping. Should keyboard. But I can interpret code since I don't know enough. I can't interpret code since I don't know enough concepts to understand. Can you provide any course that I can understand code and write code like you? Well, first of all, practice, and second of all, just well, I'm using Neovim, which takes a lot of what is it called overhead to get started with, and it took. I started to use Neovim for the first time last year, October, and I guess about since the last month, I have been good at it. It will take you a month or two to understand Neovim if that is your goal, and yeah, it will take you a month or two to understand Neovim and get good with it. And writing code, you just have to practice. And for me, I have practiced writing code for this website, Advent of Code. This is like one of the best things out there, Advent of Code. And I do not have a mouse. I just do everything with the keyboard, so which has made me faster with the keyboard. And you can go to this website and learn touch typing to get faster, even faster with the keyboard. Learn to touch type, which is pretty good and pretty necessary if you are going to become a programmer, and pretty cool also. You can type without looking at the keyboard. And now here, count twice. Okay, I will find ranges, and is there a way by which I can find how they are overlapping with each other? Take one range, but what if another range is just fucking out of the world? I'll have to do n square things, but n square, no, it will grow. It will be like fucking factorial thing. 26 factorial, that would be the word space, but and it is very very big. 26 factorial. It has like 19 zeros at the end, 10 power 19, which is bad, which is I cannot afford. The max I can afford would be 10 power 14 because the time limit is 2 seconds. Yeah, ranges. Where the maximum number of ranges are overlapping, or maybe the method for looking for ranges. Welcome. The method that I am using of looking for ranges and then finding the overlap might not work. Yes. So some other method. Ranges. Mhm. Take the range of one and the range of the second. The overlap would be the sum, and take the union to get the whole thing, and then subtract from that the difference. That would be the way to find the range. But otherwise, let's say, otherwise nothing. Okay, let's say how much this is worth. How does this work? Okay, it only works for one case. It does not work for this one. Why? It should have worked for this one and also for this one, but it doesn't work for this one because the left should be this. It does work for this one, where the left and the right have a distinct difference between them. Then print the left max and the right max. Left max left, space, right, max, right, 1 and 1, 3 and 3, 1 and 4. In the third case, it is 1 and 4, 1, 4. Hmm. Now from left, I'm going from I equals to I, and when does it equal to I? If I is 0, then Si is 0. Si would be A 0 0 map 0 greater map 0, map 0 would be A, and A would have the value 4, 4 is greater than 1, and not index Si. Man, I'm getting there when they are. Hmm. Okay, and with this, let me also get count, which will be just count, and what's after count, get twice, which would be C count and twice. Count is 1, twice is 2. Why? Yes, that is a problem. Twice is 2. And right max for this, right is, yes, because this does not overlap. So yeah, but left is 1, 2. That is correct. And right is 1. Yes, that is correct. And in this case, left is 4, 3, 4. That is correct. And right should be 5, 6. Right should also be 5, 6. Yes, right. That is correct. In this case, left should have been 0, and right should have been 4. Right is 4, but left is not 0. And this thing tells me that it went into the loop twice. Or it should not have. The second case, left is 3. 1, 3. So it is going inside twice due to some reason. Why? The right one is doing perfectly fine. Why not index A minus A first? And they are 0 initially. I'm saying this equals I, and this, and max left. If I, motherfucker, this happened. Yes, I'm getting the character minus A to get its index, that is basically my hash function hash of map. If it is greater than 1, do all of these things, not and not index first should be equal to 0. Then make index as I minus 1 minus a first equal to I. Mhm. Does not make sense. Why it is not working? Alex, which idea are you using, brother? IDE seems new to me. Yes, it is called NewWim, and it is not an IDE. It is just a program which runs in the terminal. You can look it up. NewWim is crazy, and you can see this man. Shit, hide the home feed and then yes, the person I like, the private one. Yep, this man. He is a pretty amazing guy. He is the one who introduced me to NewWim, and yeah, he is pretty cool. You can look him up. And now here, debug. I'm going inside twice. So what I would like to do is print first of all the index initially and maybe even afterwards. As I minus. Now first and then put star, then that's going to be horrible. Yeah. Now it will be one. Put char 10 and let put the first character and well, get some space. Why was it 0 even after shit? Fuck. Okay, that does make sense. That does make sense. Ah, fuck. That does make sense. Shit. I plus 1. Shit. Shit. That does make sense. I'll make it I plus 1. And yes, makes sense why there was not the same problem on this side. And when am I using index? I'm not using index after that. I'm just using index here. Having this here. No. This will be I. Yes, this will be I. And inside index, I'll be mixing them there, but inside the pair itself, the index will be stored in IPswap format. Okay, starting from 0, first index. Sure, look. Now, see out, count. Okay, it is just not working for this case. When, yeah, makes sense. When there is no overlapping, when rightmost, max right is before max left. If that is the case, then yep, then I will have to do some things. I can do that, but I can do that. Pairs, 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 pairs. Okay, now I have the list of elements. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Maximum can be 26. I want as many numbers from them as I can. Go to the next and see, can I have this? If okay, then okay. If not, then not okay. What if all of them are outside? Then the most optimal would be here. Fuck. Then choose the one between to get both of them at least once, or maybe choose one here or one here, and then if I get the third one, shit. How do I incorporate this in an algorithm? You're welcome. And the thing that I'm trying to do doesn't make sense. And it has been already 43 minutes. But I will not go to the tutorial because I think I can have some idea. Okay, I have my array, pretty big array, and let's say there are like numbers, of course, there are numbers in the array, that is why it is an array. Then there are, let's say, green numbers are only appearing once and they don't matter. It doesn't matter where I put these green numbers. But then there are these blue characters which are the characters that are appearing multiple blue, or let's say this brown character, and then there is this pinkish, and yeah, so I can connect them like this. I am trying my best to put out my thought process in this, and then blue. Yep. So let's say in this array we have only three characters that are appearing more than once, and my answer would be any range between this. Like I can choose any number between this, and no matter what the point I choose to split the array, how many there are green characters, I will always have them. It doesn't matter in which array they go to. But the characters which are appearing more than once, I should ideally try to put them in different arrays so that they are counted twice. Okay, and in this case I can just, and let's say blue T, these are the characters which are appearing more than once. So ideally my goal should, X are the total number of distinct characters, right? So X includes the characters which are only appearing once and also the characters which are appearing more than once. And T is only the characters that are appearing more than twice. So if I choose to split from here, then my answer would be X, because here I would get these, but these numbers that are appearing more than once would only be counted once, and that is already included in X. But if I were to split from here, I will count them here and here also twice. So I can add T directly to them, and that would be my answer. That would be like the best case possible. But the problem appears when instead of something like this, okay, the numbers are appearing like this. Like even in this case, it is pretty cool. I can just split from here and these two numbers will be counted twice. But if I have something like this and then something like this, now where do I cut it from? That is the problem. Uh, If I were to take an overlap, I guess the best would be to cut from here, right? Because if I were to cut from here, I would get this number twice, this one twice, and also this one twice. But I would only get this one time. So how do I get to that? That is the problem. I know these coordinates, I have these data structures, but how do I get to this thing? How many of the twice I can include? How many maximum number of twice I can get? Yes. If I squish, if I squish this whole thing, I will get something like this. Let's call, yeah, let's give them names. Uh, this one will be named in red A, this one will be named B, this green one will be named C, and this one will be named D. If I were to squish them, I would get A, then B, then B again, then C, then D, then A, then green is C, then ah, A, B, B, C, A, B, B, C, D, A, B, B, C, D, A, C, and then for this one, D, right? D, like, shouldn't be here, D should be here. So now I have to find out from where do I cut this thing. If I have a pattern like this, where do I, well, it is just shit, it means just the same starting point. Hello, hey man, what are you learning? Competitive programming. I'm trying to solve a question, trying to make an algorithm which would help me solve the question. 14 Hemant Ragul B. Okay. And Sheikh Brasol. Naya Brasol. What are those two links? Those two links, one is for advent of codes, which there are questions you can solve, and the second one is a website from where this one is a website from where you can learn typing without looking on the keyboard, and this one is for a YouTube channel of a person named the Primeager, and he uses Newgem. He is solving code for this problem. Yes, thank you, ethics. Now, and I can traverse. If I go here, yes, fuck. Shit, yes. I think this will work. If I go from, I can go from every point, right? I can go through every point and see at what point the number is maximum, and I can go through this because at maximum. Let's say I will have all the characters in the English alphabet, 26, and let's say they are all appearing more than once. Then this array at max would have 52 elements, and I would have to go through 51 places in between, and that would be cool. And I can see, yes, fuck yes. So instead of going through that, I can go through this. Uh, yes, and the problem would be how do I translate my already existing data structure into something like this? Hmm. Yes, the problem is that. Okay. Can I sort that? No, 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 no. I'm going through that thing. I can go through the left, but then yeah, how does that? Uh, if number. Okay. Yes, that would be more. I think I'm making it more complicated than it needs to. But the thing is that I'm of everything that I'm doing on my own. So that is something I can feel happy for. Hmm. Okay, I think I get this. I can do this. When I'm going from the left, I cannot just keep adding them because there might be something coming from the right before. I think I can sort that thing. And 26 square, what is 26 square? 26 into 26. Not much. Yeah, yeah. I can sort that according to left, and also I would like to sort it according to right. It is A appearing for the first time. Sort them. I will lose that, but I will have that. Okay, I think I can do this. Okay, when I'm through from left to right twice. Okay, instead of left and right index. No, 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 not index. I need not a vector. A vector would be nice. Nah, yeah, yeah, a vector of pairs. It will be called from left and one from right and one from the left would be of size 26. Size would be 26 and initially make pair 0 comma 0. Is that correct? No, 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 no. 26. Okay, right, make it equal to 26 and one for the right, one for left and one for right. I'm going from the left. I will add them, but I will also need the array that I'm already using. I can remove this from the left. Do push. Okay, left counter, right counter. Okay, I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be, but I do not know how to make it less complicated. Left counter initially is 0 and right counter which is also initially 0. So here left C plus plus equals not first, not first. In the first I will have the index. I will have the index, and if my keyboard starts working again, fuck. No, I will have the index and left set up. I messed up. C. I, oh, I can do this. Dot second equals to the character in question. Wait, it doesn't have to be 26. So left dot pb make pair I. It's bracket a minus a. Remove this. Okay, is that cool? Yes, that is cool. And in here I can have right dot pb pushback make pair I and s I minus a. Mm-hmm. That does make sense, does it? I have all the things from the left. I have all the things from the right. And shit. I just have to reverse the right one. Okay, how do I put elements in the first? How to put elements at start of vector plus. Uh, Chitan Kumar S. Majagi. Problem name. Problem is code force is this 1791B. And my rating is 420. Why Neovim? Why not Neovim? Neovim is amazing. You can flex on people when they do not understand what the fuck you are trying to do, and they think you are very genius, but actually you do not know anything. Hmm. Dot insert. So if you are this, here I have to do insert and right dot begin. At the beginning, insert this. Now both of them are sorted, right? And now I would need a counter int I left and I right. Initially both are equal to 0, like this, and then while I left less than left dot size and I right less than left dot size. Doesn't matter left or right. The size should be the same. Size is the same. And now, fuck, have I done something very stupid? Fuck, I actually no. No. Shit. No, I still have index. Yes, shit. That is what is going to help me. If something is appearing on the left. If someone's right is appearing, then it means that I have already crossed that thing. Hmm, makes sense. I have already crossed that thing on the left. So I do not need a pair. How should you know it without knowing the character? Right. Uh-huh. So move. The number of left I cross should just keep on increasing, and then the number of right I cross will decrease. Minus one. Fuck. So, do I need index? Yes, I do need this index thing, but I do not need this to be up here. I can make this a vector of integers, which means vi, and this also vi, and here push back just the I and insert at the beginning just the I and go there. Okay, and count has all the distinct numbers. Okay, okay. Now we are talking. If left I left is smaller than right I right, then count plus plus. Yes, just increase count, and I should also keep a current count. Yes, in uh, current count equals count. Increase current count, not C count, and else C count minus minus, and count equals max of count or T count. Okay, and then count should be equal to the answer, whatever the answer is. Now this might break, this might not run, or it just keeps on running. Fuck. Time error. Yeah, of course. Because of this, if this is the case, then I left the first, and if this is the case, then I write the plus with, of course, the count minus minus. Fuck, okay, correct answer for all of the cases. And there should be things I can remove. I can remove max right, I can remove twice, not really using that. I can move this twice from here. Max left and max right. Left and right, I am using them. Okay, I will submit the distinct split. Fuck. Documents. Not documents. D right split. Distinct split. Submit. And let's see. Sunadar Marwaha, is Thapar good? Is Thapar good? Is Thapar good? Is Thapar good for computer engineering? Please tell C, please tell sir, is Thapar good enough? Well, in my point of view, college does not matter which college you are going to. You have to study on your own, no matter where you are going. You have to study on your own. And I realized this when I went to Fiji for JEE coaching. And I thought after joining Fiji, JEE would be like piece of cake, very easy because I'm joining a coaching, but it is not like that. You have to study on your own. So it does not matter which college you are going to. You have to study on your own. And for me, my college is such that I do not have to go there. I do have to go there, but mostly I do not go there. I have like 20% attendance, 15-20% attendance. And yeah, that is cool. I can study on my own. I can stream. Accepted. Fuck. First try. First fucking try. So that is cool. That was actually cool. Distinct split. It did take me time, but I guess that was worth it. And I will go to the tutorial and see what other people are saying about this tutorial. Let's see. Let's check all. So let me first summarize what I did. I took in the number and which I only used and is the length of the string. Then I took in the string and then I created a map. And first I am looping over the string to count each occurrences of the characters of the 26 characters that are appearing, right? And then I have created an array left and an array called right and an index of pairs, an array of 26 pairs. And what is the point of this array, this 26? This is seeing if there are characters which are appearing more than twice, then this pair in the first location, this contains the index of the leftmost location of that character, and the second number contains the rightmost location of that character. And left and right. Left contains the index of the characters that are appearing more than once, at least twice, and this is an array which is containing their leftmost characters, which is containing the first time that characters are appearing going from the left side, and right is containing their indexes when these characters which are appearing more than once are encountered for the first time from the right. And then yeah, and then once I'm like going through the loop to count the number of distinct characters, and how am I seeing that? If map I, that is if there is a map contains all the numbers, and if a character has a value 1 or more, it means it has appeared at least once, so I can increase my counter by 1. And then I am going from the left and I am seeing if there is a character whose count is at least once, that is this character is appearing at, at least twice, greater than 1. If this current character in the string, I'm traversing the string from the left, and if this character is appearing at least once from the left, at least twice from the left, and I have already not added it to my index, then I can add it to my index and put it on the left, and then I'm going from the right doing the same thing. adding in the index at the second position, which means the last time this character, which is appearing at least twice, is appearing, and also inserting it from the left, on the left. And then I'm going through the left and the right list, and whenever I see that right now the left character is so, which is just means this, I'm going through this thing, and like I'm going through every location between these characters, and I'm updating my counter, and wherever the value of count becomes max, that will be my answer. I, I'm unable to explain it like pretty correctly, but yeah, this is the answer. Christopher Good. Hitty. Shit. Hey bro, which IDE are you using? Chat is dead. No, it is there. I am not just not checking it frequently. I'm not using an IDE. I'm using NeoVim. NeoVim, brother. And RTFM. Read the friendly manual. Uh, Shit, how can I get the whole NeoVim manual? Yeah, it is the help page, right? Help. Yep. The whole manual. The whole thing. Just to go through this thing. That is the whole manual. Right. How to get the whole NeoVim manual in a single page. How to do that? Uh, Shit. TJ DeVries, he is also very amazing person. How to get the full path of a file in your, how to complete copy printable version of NeoVim manuals. Intro to NeoVim docs. And here is a PDF out of the manual. So that uh, back to the problem solving thing. We did this one. Now I would like to read this the tutorial editorial for this. Let's check all splitting points. I okay okay they are going through this all the points. Okay, we denote a splitting point as the last index of the first string we take. The last as the last index of the first string that we take. Okay, and all the remaining characters will go to the second string. Okay, we need to keep a dynamic count of the number of distinct characters in both strings A, first A and B. We can do this using two frequency arrays and adding one to the distinct count of either A and B when the frequency. Okay. We need to dynamic We need to keep a dynamic count of the number of distinct characters in both the strings A and B. We can do this using two frequency arrays. We can do this using two frequency arrays and adding one to the distinct count of either A and or B when frequency of a character is greater than 0. Okay, I can count for A when I'm going from right to left. How do I count for B? For B, I would have to go from left to right, right to left. Don't actually get this one. How would you keep? Because looping only once would definitely not work because you would have to know what things will appear on the right later on. Mhm. That first you have to go from left to right and then fuck from right to left. Shit, this is actually easier. This is I think actually easier. Yeah, shit. This one is actually easier. This one is already on code portal, so I can just delete mine after getting this. Yeah, shit. Shit. Yes, I can do left and same thing for right frequency array and int left count and right count, and left count equals 0 equals right count equals 0. And I will first go from left to right and then from right to left, and we will be happy. No, we would have to then loop 3 times, so the time complexity would be 3n, which is very much between the limit, because n is at max 2 into 10 power 5, and for us the spare room is 10 power 14, because the time is 2 seconds, which is generally the maximum amount of iterations it can have is 10 power 14. I will be my variable name going from s to n, and yes, if si, the current character, minus a, of course, minus a inside left. If not, that is, if it is 0, then left si minus a. First of all, increase it, and second, left. I don't need left. Fuck, how would this thing work? Hmm. Hmm. Right. Yes, I need this, but instead of count, I will use that. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yes. The same thing that I did. Yeah, but like much smarter than me. I don't need this. What I need is a vector of integers called left. No, I just call this map, and this I don't even need this, and call this to map 1 and left, right. Yes, increase the thing, right, and after increasing, left dot push pb, left dot pb, push back. Okay, I will need the count, int left count and right count. Now, not really, let's push back I. That is once, and then for int I equals s dot n minus 1 till I greater than equal to 0, and I minus. Mhm. And I have to make map again equal to 0. So map, can I do this? Yeah, I don't think. And then other time, uh, int map and instead of map single without p. So, and instead of adding to the left and to the right, the index, not to the end of it, but right dot insert, right dot begin. What do I want to insert? I want to insert I, and then counter in I left, I right, and I left equals 0, and left equals I right equals, both of them are equal to 0, and while I left less than left dot size, and I right also less than left dot size, and if left I left is smaller than right I right, and count equals 0, initially speaking, and I would also, yeah, count, and max count is also initially 0. Count plus plus. I am iterating in a different way than it was in the question, but yeah, this one is much better than the one I did, more optimized. If this is the case, then increase it by one, the count by one, else decrease by ones, and max count equals maximum of max count, and the count, see out, max count with a new line. Bruh. See, and it keeps on running because I've done the same mistake that I repeated while I was doing mine. I left plus and this I right plus run and hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, I can see the mistake, but I do not know how to fix it. Fuck. I'll just way down we go, going back. Yeah, here we were. This is, I think, my original one. Yeah, this is the one I did. Is this the one? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I think we can begin. I can go to the next one now. I did this one, and it took me 1 hour and 24 minutes to do one question in code competitive programming, which is supposed to be very fast. But I understood the thing. I guess I was able to come up with the solution on my own. That is cool. You are given an integer n. Your task is to find two positive greater than 0, positive is greater than 0, integers a and b such that a plus b equals n. Fuck, crazy. And the least common LCM, least common multiple of a and b is minimum among all possible values of a and b. If there are multiple answers, you can print any of them. Okay, what is the maximum value of n? So sheet and 2 seconds. I can go up to like iterate through the whole thing and no. It will be horrible, horrible. N square. It will become n square if I were to iterate. No. So LCM. It is of level M. Shit. Level M. Does level M even exist? Shit. How the fuck? Uh, this contest. I guess I can go there and see. This 1765. Code 4177765 contest 1765. Okay, there are only the problems. Where do I see the like whole contest? Is there a way? I can only see the problems. Uh, the contest. Contest title, yeah, 17765. No contests yet. Shit, my bad. Minimum LCM. Okay, how can I do that? Minimum LCM. What can be the minimum LCM? If they are, if I try to find primes, then it is a mess. Minimum LCM. Can the minimum LCM be lower than n? If the smaller number is a direct multiple of, if the bigger number is a direct multiple of the smaller number, then the bigger number is the answer. Yeah, it can be, it can be. If I choose 2 and 4, shit. Okay, but yeah, a plus b has to equal to n. Shit, yes, I cannot choose 2 and 4. That makes sense. I cannot choose 2 and 4, so LCM. Uh, if it is even, if it is even, wait, not just even. I have to find the multiples of n and uh, shit, I just have to find the greatest number that is a multiple of n, n by 2, and then see, yes, shit, fuck, the first prime number that is that divides n. No. Yes, no. Ye- mm, mm. There are multiple ways that I can divide n. uh, yes, they have to add up to n. That is the thing, that they have to add up to n. Let's say n is equal to 16, and then if I were to choose 12, the size, and let's say n is 16, then the optimal If n is 16, then the greatest, not prime, but the greatest multiple of n is 8. And if I were to do 8 plus 8 equals 16, then my answer would be, and then the LCM would be 8. But what are the other ways that I can choose? 15 plus 1, answer would be 15. 14 plus 2, answer would be 14. And then 13 plus 3, 30, yeah, 13 plus 3, answer would be bigger than 16. Uh, then 14 plus 4, answer would be bigger than 16. Then 11 plus 5, answer would be bigger than 16. 10 plus 6, no. 9, 9 plus 7, nope. 8 plus 8, answer is 16. Answer is 8, 8, LCM is 8. And then if I go lower than that, then yeah, it would be just the same thing. The greatest multiple, greatest multiple. Hmm, 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 hmm. And if that is the case, I studied this thing like yesterday. I was doing driver sheet and I saw this, how to find the factors of a number. You have to go from 1 till n square minus 1, and then I will take the biggest number, biggest factor, and then subtract that factor from, okay, if the number is 25, if the number is 25, then the biggest factor would be 5, 5 into 5. And so, okay, okay, if I have, let's say this is my number. Yes, this does look in my head like a number. This is a number. Then I am looking for the way in which I can break this in the least number of places, and each one of this is one factor. And let's say if we are talking about, like we were talking about 16, if my number is 16, and then the greatest factor is 8, and 8 makes 16 in two eights combine and makes it 16. So if 8 is the biggest chunk out of 16 that I can count, then I need to distribute these chunks almost evenly as I can between a a would be one number, oh shit, these chunks between a and b. And if the number of chunks, that is the greatest factor, if the number of if the number of chunks is even, then just divide the number of chunks by 2, and if it is odd, then divide the number of chunks by 2 and add 1 to it, and that would be my answer. That would be my LCM. And do I have to return the LCM output? Should I have to return A and B? Okay, then yeah, divide by 2, multiply it by the factor, and do that. Okay, okay, this is doable. Basic chemistry. Oh, int n. Okay, int n. Take in n and I, starting at 1 and going, how do I find the square root of n, less than or equal to, if it is a perfect square, then go up to that number, yeah, equal to, and I'm looking for the greatest factor, max f and current f. max f and current f equal to what the fuck, current f equal to 1. Initially that is the case, and then now let's see if n remainder I, if that is not the case. If that is not the case, then current f equals, first of all, I, and wait, I don't need current f, that is just equal to I. uh, but I will need the other side of it. Yes, current f equals n divided by I, and max f f f equals maximum of either current f or max f or I. At the end I should have the maximum factor, and cool. And now n times equals n divided by max f, which will be an integer, and if even, then if odd, then other things into a and b. If times remainder 2, that is, if it is odd, then a equals max f multiplied by times divided by 2, and I want this to be an integer. Right, I just need a. I just have to declare a. I can declare b later. Else a equals max f times by 2. No. But this is the thing, then this. Wait, I don't even need that. Yeah, and b equals n minus a, and let me see out the factors a to a space b. Now, are they beautiful? Shit, that is horrible. That is fucking horrible. Why is it 0? Yes, what if times is 1? Yes. So instead of taking the lower limit, I will take the upper limit. So at least it is 1. Okay. See. Yeah. Times by 2. Uh, Here maximum factor is 2. No, here maximum factor is 2 as times is 1, right? And in the next case, maximum factor is fucking 9. Alright. That does make fucking sense. Okay, it is always. I do not want the other side of it. I only want this or that. Okay, yes. So I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. This. That was just wasting time. And now, should I see the correct answer? Mm-hmm. Times a or maybe beautiful. Beautiful. 2 plus 3 is fucking 5. That is not right. 2 plus 3 is fucking 5, but yeah, the maximum is, could be fucking 4. Could have been 4. Yes. Yes, yes. Why is this 4 and 6? I'm looking for the maximum, the biggest thing. So I should also go to the other side and see. Except the number itself. If it is the number itself, uh, if it is prime, mm-hmm. Okay, that does make sense. That does make sense. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. If it is the number itself, then I'll go back once. But if it is not the number itself, okay, that does make sense. Does it now? So, but why the answer was 2 and 3 in case of 5? There are no other factors. 2 and 3. Because one would have gone there, and I multiplied, and times for one would have been 5, right? 5 times 1. So I divided 5 into 2 parts. The 5 chunks of 1 that I have into 2 parts, 2 and 3. Yeah. Wait. No. Wait. If it is even, then divide them in that chunks. But if it is not, shit. Shit. If it is even, then divide them into that chunk. But if it is not, then we have a big problem. Then we have, okay. So yeah, now it has become more complex. If I come out and I see that the maximum is 1, then I can just say if max f equals 1, yes, if max f equals 1, then a equals 1 and b equals n minus 1. Else, do this just to test this. But this thing, 5 and 5. 4 and 6 do not match up. They do match up. 10 was the last one. 10 was the last one. And the greatest is 5. And 5, I add twice. So it should have been 5 and 5. So if max is 5, 10 divided by 5 times should have been equal to 2. Max f is not 1, so I should have gone in this condition. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. Its ceiling is also 1. And max f is 5, so why? Should have been 5. Should have been 5, but it was not 5. It was equal to. Mhm. This 10, right? 3, 4, 4 is 16. Uh, 5, 10, 2. Shit, that doesn't make sense. Take the other side. Yeah, shit, I will need the opposite factor. Shit, fuck. Uh, Other f, and initially doesn't matter. Other f equals n divided by I, and this thing is going to be like this. Uh, auth f, make this maximum of this, these two, and start this at 2. Do not start at 1. Now this should also be correct. It is. But I see the problem. This will break. This will break. I see the problem. How do I fix that problem, which I have in my head? I think there is need for recursion. Is there need for recursion? I think there is some need for recursion in this thing. Games. What is your rating, bro? Are you from Thapar? No, I'm not from Thapar. INS Krishna. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hello, Krishna. Hello, Krishna. How are you? Hare Krishna. And my rating is 420. Amazing rating. I can flex on people. 420. Uh, and I think that should put quite a few people off. My rating is pretty low, very low. Like, it cannot be any lower. I've only given one competition. That is reason. Okay, I think I need a recursive function here, which will take a number and return a pair. Return a pair, get fact, and takes in a number, and what it does is copy one paste int f max f to this. Now, if maximum f is this, then I know a and b, and let's initialize a equal to b equals to -1, and by the end, and if no, if even times, if not times remainder by 2, if this is even, then a equals b equals A equals B equals max F into times by 2. And by the end, if A not equal to -1, then I can return make pair A and B, else return fuck. Okay, okay, this is going into crazy territory. Uh, get fact pass in times. I need no. Yes, they will add up to it, and they will have them. Uh, PI answer equals get fact times and return answer dot first return me pair answer dot first into max factor and answer dot second into max factor. And here you can skip all of this. Copy this. I think this is the first time that I'm using recursion in this in code forces. PI, and yes, it is the first time that I'm using recursion. Get factor and out answer dot first space answer dot second. Fuck. Okay, I am getting the correct answer. Recursion, motherfucker. Okay. M minimum LCM. If I get this correct in first try, that would be amazing. Let me see. Let me see. I want to get this correct in the first try. Okay, I am calling this get factor function. Okay, then I am factorizing, getting the maximum factor, right? And if the number of times that this factor is dividing the number is 1, shit, yes, there is a thing in recursion how to find. There is a base case. Base case. Yes, what is the base case in recursion? I'm going through the whole thing, and the base case when I'm returning is first in this case when I know that the maximum fact the maximum LCM is this minus 1, right? Okay, when it is prime, when n is prime, then this would be the case. That would be the only way to add them. Okay, and the second would be when it is even, then I can take them and it is okay. But when if it is something else, I pass that function. Okay, I think this will work. I think this will fucking work. Okay. Yo, let's see. I think this will work. Fuck. First try. What the? What the? No coffee. In queue. Shit. Might take time. Magnus Carlsen. Fuck. Yes. Shit. Okay. I have done 2 questions today and got them right in first try. Fuck you. Okay. That is actually pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool. I'll do one more. I will do one more. That is fucking cool. Fuck. And fuck, I am spending more time than I should, but the thing is, I am getting them correct. Fuck, I got this right, I got that right. That is pretty cool. How do I compare my algorithm with someone else? Is there a way I can compare my code with someone else's? For me, I think personally that this code is very beautiful. These 57 lines of code, it is very beautiful, I think. Like, this is like fucking beautiful. Like, crazy. I think this is fucking beautiful. And I do not know how to compare my code with someone else's code. It would be pretty cool to do that. But I'll show my friends what I wrote. It is pretty cool. Refresh. And now the last question of the day, traffic light. Mm-hmm. Missing submission. Yeah, minimum done. Traffic lights. This would be the last question of the day. And let's see. This is, and after this, I'll do a quiz and end the stream. But before that, this. You find yourself on an unusual crossroad with a weird traffic light. The traffic light has 3 points in three possible colors: red, yellow, green, RYG. It is known that the traffic light repeats its colors every n seconds, and at the ith second, the color is SI. The color SI is on. That okay. That way, the order of the colors is described by a string. For example, S equals this. Okay, and if it goes out of range, then S just concatenates and repeats itself. It is level C. Okay. Then the traffic light works as the following: red, green, green, red, yellow, and then repeats and so on. Okay. More formally, you are given string S1, S2, Sn of length n. Uh-huh. Okay. Of length n at the first second, of the first second, that is oxymoron. First second, yeah, that is an oxymoron. And at the first second of color S1 is on. At first second, the color S1 is on. At second S2, and then at I, then SI is on. At n plus 1, yes, and like modulus. You need to cross the road, and that can only be done when the green color is on. Okay, you know which color is on the traffic light at the moment, but you don't know the current moment of time. You need to find the minimum amount of time in which you are guaranteed to cross the road. You know which color you are on at the moment, but you don't know the current moment of time. You can assume that you cross the road immediately. For example, if S is red, green, green, red, yellow, and the current color is red, I might be here or I might be here. There are two options. The green, either the green will be on or yellow after 1 second. Or yeah, if this is the red, then I will go through this 1 second, 2 second, and then 3 second I will get here. And if this is the R, then only 1 second. That way the answer is 3, the maximum amount of time. Okay, the minimum amount of time in which I am guaranteed to get there. That is the minimum, that is the number of seconds that is guaranteed to cross the road. If the next color is R. Okay, T, test, then the string. I want the first line of each test case, integer n is n is C, n is 10 power 5. I can just loop. I can loop twice. Twice would be good. Yeah, I need to know the things that will happen later. So yeah, I will first loop and see all the indexes where green is appearing, and then I will loop again and go through whenever R is appearing. I will see what the nearest green is, and then we are cool. Hmm. Okay, but when given a certain, yes, I can do that. I can keep removing from the green array, and then the one appearing here would be the answer. Yes. Okay. Okay. That does make sense. The single line of each test case is the string of x. It's guaranteed that the symbol G is the symbol C is in the string. Okay. Okay. Right. Is there a case when I am starting at green? Okay. I think I will get this one also in first try. That would be amazing. First try, which wait, n n n is the size. Yes, and n does not exceed 10 power 5. I can loop through twice. And what is the time limit? Time limit is 1 second. So doable. Yes, I can go up to 10 power 7, and this would work. This would work. This would work. And um, cm n and then char c cm c and then a string s cm x. Now I will loop. Uh, okay, vector I of green and a vector of current or start, and also enter first green. And let's, yeah, and after this let's make first green equals to n. Okay, and then repeat L 0 if the current one is but before that I just say if C, after just after taking C I can check if C equals green, then C out 0 0 is a new line. That is all of this. Now if I know that it is not green, now I am checking green. Would say first green is initially equal to not this but -1 equals -1. Let me check for -1. If si equals g green, then green dot pv dot pushback I, that is the index. And if g with first green not equal to -1, then first green equals I. Okay, gone through once, and now I will go through twice. Repeat L I 0 n, right? And if si equals the starting character, whatever it is, that is a thing, then I know that the now if okay, I don't need to store this in an array. Yeah, and mm, answer or yeah, answer is, let's say, let me tell you, it cannot be greater than n. It cannot even be n, right? It will only be a modulus of n. So if dot psi If green dot empty, if first of all not empty, if not empty, then the first one is the one. If green is not empty, then answer equals maximum green bracket 0. The first green that I will have, it will be to the right of current I, and this, or yeah, I'll put that all already there. Now, yes, if green 0 is less than I, green 0 is less than I, that is, there are green lights remaining, but that is that. If it is less than I, then I have to remove it. I have to remove the first element from the array. How to change the first element of vector in C++? Stack Overflow or just Google. Not erase, begin. Okay. Not erase, not begin. And hmm, what if it becomes 0 after this? So do I have to check it twice if it is empty or not? Is there any other way around this? So green, not empty. Yeah, yeah. I will have to check twice because I do not know when the next I will appear, when the next character will appear, or shit. Yes, I do not need to do this here. I don't need to do this. Uh, the this is not optimal. This is not optimal. But okay. If green 0, if it is, yeah, I guess this would be much better than, yeah, this would be like much more less complicated. Now, else answer is max of either answer first green plus n minus I. Yes, and the same here. And see out answer is the new line. See, wrong answer for everyone except one. Why? Should have been one. It came out to be 5. Was it 5? Uh, Wait, did the first. It was correct for this one, I guess. First case, second case, it should have been correct in the second case. It was correct in the second case, but it messed up in the third case, and every single one, single aspect got like really messed up. R. There is a green here, there is a green here, there is a green after every fucking R there is. Okay, after going through this thing, let me paint the area. Auto X, C out, X, and then put char. One and two, one and two, that is correct. And then two, then three, two, then three. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so that's correct. And what about first green? First V, first Z. Yep. Mm-hmm. First V, minus one, minus one. Fuck. Okay, my mistake, my mistake. Still wrong answer for all of them. Okay, so at least first G is correct now. First G, first let's see. Single last, it is a 0, 1, 2, 3. Should have been 3. Yes, it is 3. Okay, so first G is also correct. The green array is also correct. When I'm looking through, and if I see as I current character is equal to the character that is I start at, and then I see green empty or not empty, empty or not empty, and answer is fuck. Okay, I thought it might be okay. Only one case that it is wrong. I gave out one. I gave out one because of this. Hmm, makes sense. Makes sense. So. Instead of if I have to do while. While. Oh, what the fuck? While not green, empty, and correct answer. And will I get the correct answer for everything? I think I will. I think I will. I think I will. Can I one shot this? See, as you know, 2 hours everything, right? Yeah. What is this? Is called sea traffic light. Raspberries traffic light. Let's see. Will this be right? Can I one shot this? First I'm counting the number of G's and then I'm going through and I'm seeing. Okay, I think I can. Will this be right? Right. There is nothing to be else that in green is there are some stuff in the green. I will. The correct currency is to the right of the first green, then pop them all out, and then see a green, and not no green, then blue. Okay, I think this will be correct in first try. Let's see. Uh, How many test cases are there speaking? Usually speaking. In this, there were 12. How much time did it took? 15 milliseconds. Bruh, bruh, bruh. That is good. Yes, and that was the last question for the day. And now I will do a couple of quizzes and then I will end the stream. A couple of quizzes and then I will end the stream. Turn off the AC. If we can keep those. Jeez. Today's today's stream was pretty cool. I was able to come up with solutions which to me seem pretty good. But wait, I will have to stop the stream for a minute. Someone is there at the door. And yep, I am back, me back. And now I can begin the quiz, I think. Yeah. African capitals. It is still taking time. Why the fuck? My internet is on. It is taking time. African capital capitals. This quiz right here. Increase the size. Okay, that is cool. Now, Algiers, Angola, Luanda, Porto Novo, Botswana, Gaborone, Gaborone, skip. Uh, Wanga, Dau, Go, Dao. Burundi, where the fuck even is it? Gitega, yeah. Cameroon, Yaoundé, Yaoundé. Cape Verde. What is the capital of Cape? Ya, Mau, Saucro, Sao, Sao, fucking hell, I do not remember that. Bangui, the spellings, Najamine, Najamina, Moroni, Moroni, Democratic Republic of Congo, Kinshasa, Congo. What is the capital? Republic of Congo, Brazzaville, Djibouti, Egypt, Cairo, Equatorial Guinea, Malabo, Eritrea, Asmara, Eswatini, Mababen, Mababen, Ethiopia, and the capital of Ethiopia. What is the capital of Ethiopia? What was the capital of Ethiopia? Addis Addis Ababa, Gabon, Accra, Guinea, the capital of Guinea, Con Conakry, 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 Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Praia, I fucking Cape Verde. Ivory Coast is Yamoussoukro. Fuck, I got it right. Nai, Nairobi, Lesotho, Maseru, Liberia, Liberia. Maputo is not that, yeah. Libya, Tripoli, Madagascar, Antananarivo, Malawi, Lilongwe, Mali, ba Bamako, Mauritania. Where the fuck even is Mauritania? Now, no, Mauritius, Saint, Port, Port Louis, Morocco, Rabat, Namibia, Wind, Windhoek, Niger, I don't know, Nigeria, Abuja, Rwanda, Kigali, Senegal, Banjul, fuck, Banjul is Gambia, Dakar, Seychelles, Victoria, Sierra Leone, Freetown, Somali, Mogadishu, Mogadishu, uh, Cape Town, Pretoria, South Sudan is Juba, yes. Sudan is Khartoum, South Tome, Tanzania, Doma, Togo, Lome, Tunisia, Tunis, Uganda, Impala, Tame Impala, Zambia, Lusaka, Zimbabwe, Harare, wait, which are remaining? South, this I do not know. Niger, I do not know. Gabon, I don't know. Botswana, Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, Botswana, Gaborone, Gaborone. Botswana is Gaborone, not Gaborone. Gaborone. I will not remember this one. Two capitals for the same place. Shit. Libreville. Fuck. Yes. Libreville. Gabon. Libreville. Okay. Niamey. Niger is Niamey. Niger. Niamey. Niger. Niamey. Dunia में Niamey. Okay. I will not remember this one. I do not want to. Liberia. Monrovia. Okay. Monrovia. Libreville. And what is the spelling of this thing? Ua Wa ga dau gau. Wa ga dau gau. Wanga. Not wanga. Wa ga dau gau. Wa ga dau gau. Okay. And what is the spelling of this? Ya mau ya mouse so crow. Okay. Okay. I guess I will get this right the next time. Give questions link in the chat. What are we doing? We were just doing capitals of Africa. I got 50 out of 57. Not a perfect score. And the questions are in the CP31 sheet. You can see this. And yep, this will be the end of the stream. Would this be the end? Okay, I can do one more quiz. I still have time. Okay, why not this? Okay, let's see if I get this right this time. Gabrone retake quiz. Okay, start. Algiers, Luanda, Benin, Porto Novo, Botswana, Gaborone, Burkina Faso, Ua, Ouagar, fuck, Ouagar over, Burundi, Gitega, fuck, Cameroon, uh, Yon, Cape Verde, Praia, shit, Central African Republic, Bangui, Chad, N'Djamena, N'Djamena, Moroni, then Pretoria, it is there. Kinshasa, Congo, capital of Brazzaville, Brazzaville, Djibouti, Djibouti, Cairo, Equatorial Guinea, Malabo, Eritrea, Asmara, Eswatini, Mababen, Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Gabon, Libreville, Gambia, Banjul, Ghana, Accra, Guinea, Conakry, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast is Yao, Mouse, Kru, Sau, Kro, Kro, Ya Mouse, Sau, Kro, Pa, Sau, Kro, Ya Mau, Sau, Ya Mau, Sau, Kro, okay. Nairobi, Lesotho, Maseru, Liberia, Tripoli, Madagascar, Antananarivo, Lilongwe, Mali, Bamako, Mauritania, Mauritania, no, ak, n- no, no, ak, Mauritius, Port, Port Louis, Morocco, Rabat, Namibia, Wind, Wind, Hoek, Niger, Niamey, fuck, Abuja, Kigali, Senegal, Ban Dakar, Seychelles, Victoria, Sierra Leone, Freetown, Somalia, Mogadishu, Cape Town, South Sudan, Buja, Buj, Juba, Sudan, Khartoum, Sao Tome, Dodoma, Lome, Tunis, Kampala, Lusaka, Zimbabwe, Harare. What are remaining? This I will not type. Liberia. Monrovia. Okay. Cameroon. Yao Mau. Younde. Shit. Okay, three remaining. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Done with CP. Yep, done with CP. Not a clips and like for the day. Done with CP for the day. And now the stream is ending. Yep, that was the end of the stream. Goodbye. Thank you for being here. Bye.